Something unusual is happening. Not in stock markets, not on the news, and not in public speeches. It's happening quietly, inside central bank vaults. Governments around the world are buying gold, a lot of it, at levels we haven't seen in decades. No announcements, no press conferences, just gold moving silently into storage. And when institutions that powerful start preparing quietly, it's worth asking one question. Why now? This video is not about predicting collapse. It's not about telling you to buy gold, and it's not about fear. It's about understanding behavior. Because when central banks, the most conservative institutions on earth, change how they protect themselves, it tells us how they see the future. So today, we're breaking down who is buying gold, how much they're buying, why this moment is different, and what gold really signals in a changing world. No hype, no conspiracy, just incentives, history, and power. Part 1. The pattern most people missed. Let's start with the data. Over the past few years, central banks have been buying gold at the highest pace since records began. Not hedge funds, not billionaires, governments, China, Russia, India, Turkey, Middle Eastern states, even countries that rarely touched gold before. This isn't random. Central banks don't chase trends, they don't speculate, they don't panic buy. They plan decades ahead. So when many of them start doing the same thing at the same time, it's not coincidence, it's alignment. And alignment usually means the rules are changing. Part 2. What gold actually is. To understand why gold matters, we need to reset one misconception. Gold is not just an investment, and it's definitely not just jewelry. Gold is a neutral asset. It has no counterparty risk, no issuer, no promise behind it. A bond depends on trust. A currency depends on a government. A bank deposit depends on a system. Gold depends on nothing. That's why central banks hold it. Not to get rich, but to remain independent when trust breaks down. Gold is what you hold when you don't fully trust the system you're inside, and right now, trust is becoming more fragile. Part 3. The dollar question. For decades, the global system revolved around one thing, the US dollar. Trade, debt, energy, reserves. The dollar wasn't just a currency, it was infrastructure. But something changed in the last few years. When countries saw foreign reserves frozen during geopolitical conflicts, a quiet realization spread. Reserves aren't just economic assets, they're political tools. And that matters. If your savings can be frozen, seized, or restricted, they're no longer neutral. Gold doesn't have that problem. It doesn't sit in another country's banking system. It doesn't rely on access permissions. It doesn't require approval. This doesn't mean the dollar is collapsing. It means countries are diversifying risk. And gold is the most neutral hedge available. Part 4. Who is buying and why? Now let's talk about the buyers, because their motivations matter. China. China has been steadily increasing its gold reserves for years. Why? Because China wants monetary autonomy, reduced exposure to dollar-based systems, flexibility in a multipolar world. Gold gives strategic optionality. Russia. After sanctions and reserve freezes, Russia shifted aggressively into gold. Not ideology, not symbolism, pure survival logic. If access can be cut, independence becomes priceless. India. India's relationship with gold is cultural, but also strategic. Gold stabilizes reserves during currency volatility and external shocks. Turkey and emerging markets. For countries facing inflation, currency swings, or external pressure, gold provides credibility, stability, insulation. This isn't rebellion, it's self-insurance. Part 5. This has happened before. This isn't the first time gold surged quietly. Before World War I, gold reserves mattered more than armies. In the 1970s, after the dollar left the gold standard, gold became the anchor of uncertainty. After financial crises, gold always reappears in central bank balance sheets. Not because the world ends, but because transitions are unpredictable. Gold doesn't thrive in collapse. It thrives in reordering. And right now, the global order is shifting. Part 6. What this does not mean. Let's be very clear. This does not mean the dollar is about to die. Money is about to disappear. We're returning to a gold standard. A crash is inevitable. Central banks still hold currencies. They still rely on modern systems. They still cooperate. Gold isn't replacing anything. It's sitting quietly in the background, just in case. That's an important distinction. Part 7. What it actually signals. What gold buying really signals is this. The world is becoming more fragmented, more regional, more cautious, less trusting. Countries aren't abandoning the system. They're hedging against its weaknesses. Gold isn't fear. Gold is preparation. When institutions prepare quietly, it doesn't mean disaster is coming tomorrow. It means uncertainty is increasing. And optionality matters. Gold doesn't speak. It doesn't issue statements. It doesn't trend on social media. But it tells a story about trust, about power, and about how governments see the future. And when the world's most cautious players start moving the same way, quietly and patiently, it's worth paying attention. Even if nothing dramatic happens next week. Because in history, the biggest shifts often begin in silence. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.